folks, my name is Kate. I'm a yoga teacher encouraging a nimble approach to a joyful practice. Today is day 28 of your 30 days of transitions. Today we're going to talk about moving from standing to tree pose. We're going to revisit some ideas that we talked about when we were moving into pigeon pose, and we're also going to practice transferring our weight. So before we get started, just a reminder, this is just about the transitions, not a full practice. So be sure that you're warmed up before you try anything that we do in this video. So whenever you're ready, grab your props. You might enjoy a block or a book if you don't have a block, and we'll meet in standing. All right, so the first thing I want to do is revisit what we talked about in pigeon, which is internal and external rotation. So we did that seated, but let's go ahead and try that standing. So go ahead and bend one foot, and you can keep the ball of your foot on the floor. And just like we did in pigeon, we're going to externally rotate the thigh bone. So our knee is going to turn out. Then we're going to internally rotate the thigh bone. So it turns in. We can do that back and forth. Let's do that on the other foot. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is abduction or abduction, and that's when we're moving a limb away from the body. So when we move our leg out to the side, that's abduction. Okay. Abduction, abduction, and when we bring that leg back in, that's adduction, adduction. So for tree pose, we're both externally rotating the thigh bone and abducting the thigh. Okay, a couple of anatomy terms for you to keep in mind, or you can just forget about them if they're confusing and you don't care. Another thing I want to talk about, we're just going to practice real quick transferring weight. So the way we keep ourselves stable when we're transferring weight is we keep a gentle hug around the core and we keep breathing. Okay, we don't want to be so tight that we can't breathe. Okay, so just imagine that you're wrapping yourself in a little bit of a hug. And I just want you to shift over to one side and pick up one foot. So the standing leg is nice and strong. It's not hyperextended. It's not bending for this exercise, okay? Then we're gonna put that foot down. We're just gonna shift over to the other side. We're gonna pick it up. You might notice the hip or the glute of the standing leg starts to get active. That's good, that's helping keep us stable, okay? So we're just shifting back and forth. And as you practice this will get easier and easier. You'll be able to do it quicker and quicker as your muscles figure out and learn what it is that you're trying to do. Okay, so let's get into the actual transition. Straightforward, simple, not necessarily easy. You're going to shift onto your standing leg. We're going to bend the other knee. Externally rotate the thigh bone, and then we can abduct this thigh, and then we're going to bend at the knee and place our foot anywhere that feels comfortable. Okay, so once you're in tree pose, the key here, like most any other energetic pose, is that we're not kind of just like sitting, in our joints. Over the long term, this causes problems. Okay, we want everything to be nice and strong. So I'm gonna strengthen this leg. I'm gonna wrap through the core. Notice that leveled my hips. And I'm gonna press this foot into my leg and my leg into my foot. So they're like squeezing together. Okay, and you can do this wherever you put this foot. Maybe you keep your foot on the ground and you kind of press your ankle into your heel or your heel into your ankle. Maybe you bring your foot all the way up, okay? Even if your foot's all the way up here, I want you to keep active. I see this a lot. People jam their foot up here and then they just kind of hang out. They've got this lazy hip. Whoop. See, that's not very stable. And you lose the benefit of all that good strength that's building stability for when you want to do other balance poses. So let's try the other side. Nice strong standing leg. We're just going to shift our weight over, turn our thigh, lift our thigh, oops, and place our foot. I'm going to place this foot up nice and high. Okay, my foot and my thigh are pressing towards each other, wrapping my belly in a hug. My standing leg is nice and active and engaged. It's not sitting into hyperextension. Okay, then we can release this foot down nice and slow. All right, that's your breakdown for getting into tree pose. Let me know what you thought about that, if there's a different way you like to get into tree pose, and I will see you guys tomorrow.